Hello family, hello lovelies, this is Kimberly Purpoz and welcome to my channel. Um, I wanted to do another video about the pineal gland because some of you all had asked me to do more videos, and I told you in another video that I was going to talk about the pineal gland and how to awaken it, how to clear it out due to calcification. In the previous video, I talked about, I did it the day before, about how the differences between the pineal glands between American Aborigines and Great Caucasians. And this article here, I decided to do, I found this really nice article from Gaia that explains how to awaken your third eye, which is your pineal gland. This article was written by Kendra Sand. When I did the other article, when I in the other video, I talked about how you went over a study that was done, and they were saying that it could be genetics, that because there was a difference between American Aborigines and Africans. And they said it could be due to genetics, because those Africans had less calcification than African Americans, and the American Aborigines. And they said that it could be because we mixed in with the Great Caucasians due to colonialism and modern interracial dating. But I also, believe that it could be the environment, what we eat, and fluoride being in the water, because we drink water. Our waters come from these treated waters that has a lot of heavy fluoride, and fluoride causes the calcification of your third chakra, the pineal gland. And y'all might want to check that video out because I talk about that. But in this video, I wanted to further explain how you can open up your third eye, and so you can receive more, be more connected to the universe, and have a more spiritual connection. But anyway, this article says how to open your third eye, and it's a summary. It's written by Kendra Sand, and it was published on January 24th. Oh, I'm sorry. It was written by Andy Murphy, and it was edited by Kendra Sand. And it was published on January 24th, 2017. I'm sorry about that. And it has an interesting picture. It says here, it's the 6 things that you can do. It says how to open up your third eye summary. It says 1, avoid fluoride. See, that's why I was mentioning environmental. And that's what I like about this article. It sort of gives you things that you can do physically. Genetics, it's going to be hard to change things genetically because you're sort of born with it, or, it's hereditary, or you're born with it. So, but these are things that you can do physically to improve your third eye chakra, through your pineal gland. It says here, 1, to avoid fluoride. 2, supplement your diet. 3, use essential oils. 4, sun gaze. 5, meditate and chant. 6, collaborate with crystals. Okay? And first of all, the article is going to go into more details. Right here is going to explain what a third eye is, which is used through the pineal gland. And it talks more about it. It says the pineal gland is a pea-sized gland shaped like a pine cone, located in the vertebrae brain near the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland, also known as the third eye. It is revered tools of seers and mystics, and considered to be the organ of supreme universal connection. Its significance appears to be very ancient culture throughout the world. For example, the Hermetic philosophy, the third eye is represented by the Ana chakra, and in ancient Egypt, the symbol of the eye of Horus mirrors the placement of the pineal gland in a profile of the human head. The third eye is connected to clarity, concentration, imagination, and intuition. And see, I like how they incorporate the ancient cultures, as to understanding that the third eye, the pineal gland, has some significance into opening up your, your mind, your intuition, and being more connected to the universe. And the American Aborigines is also, as American Aborigines, as we learn more about Indigenous heritage and root, and I also did a video about the spirituality of Indigenous Aborigines and some of the practices and things that they've done to practice their heritage and spirituality and culture. I did a video on that as well. You might want to check out that one. And it's sort of ties into understanding and being close to and understanding chakras and the pineal gland and the third eye is also included. They believe in that as well. So the ancients, ancestors also understood that. And so they did different practices, spirituality. And see, like I said, changing your spiritual practices, and also probably another, I don't think they have that on the list, but another way of tapping into your third eye and your pineal gland. It says here the third eye, well, it does, it mentioned meditation. So I guess that would be included in spirituality. So yes, that's another way. Sort of jump ahead of myself. But anyway, it says here the third eye in biology. The pineal gland represents the third eye in biology, produces a melatonin. Melatonin controls circadian rhythms and reproductive hormones. This makes the pineal gland a master regulator of time, affecting not only your sleep patterns, but also your sexual maturation. Melatonin also affects our stress and ability to adapt to a changing world. The third eye activates when exposed to light and has a number of biological functions in controlling the biorhythms of the body. It works in harmony with the hypothalamus gland, which directs the body's thirst, hunger, sexual desire, and biological clock that determines our aging process. Interesting. I like how they explain it and break it down as to some of the things that it affects throughout the body. Wow. I learned something new. I think it's interesting. It mentions that the aging process, and melatonin dealing with melanin and, American Aborigines, people of color, tend to not age as quickly as other racial groups. And this might have, and then when having a pineal gland that's less calcified than most groups, other ethnic groups also, particularly Gray Caucasian, might explain the aging differences right here in the biological clock. See, this further explains that through the biology. And it says here, significance of the third eye. It says here, developing the third eye is the doorway to all things psychic, telepathy, clairvoyance, lucid dreams, and astral projections. The illusion of separation between self and spirit dissolves when the third eye connects to cultivated metaphysical ways of being are connected to the third eye, such as how to awake within dream, to walk between realities, and surpass the limitation of humanity. Wow. See? And I do believe that. That's why I like to do a lot of meditation to clear my mind. And sometimes we have hectic schedules. We don't have time. And when you focus so much on the physical and not on the spiritual, sometimes you miss some things. You don't get a chance to tap into your unconscious, the conscious, your unconscious mind. You're so focused on logic and analyzing everyday life. Sometimes we don't get a chance to tap into this spiritual side of us. And that's why I think it's very important to get plenty of rest. And it's good to clear yourself. Let's drill down. And so why you should awaken your third eye? A blocked third eye or ajna chakra is said to lead to confusion, as if it's blocked, uncertainty, cynicism, jealousy, and pessimism. Through an open, vibrant third eye, the highest source of ethereal energy may enter. While the physical eye perceives the physical world, that's what I was just talking about, the third eye sees the true world, a unified whole with an unyielding connection to spirit. A list of benefits and abilities the third eye brings includes clarity, concentration, perspicuity, yeah, I said it right, bliss, intuition, decisiveness, and insight. The third eye has been linked to lucid dreaming, astral projection, quality of sleep, enhanced imagination, and oral viewing. See, this is raising, y'all. And see, this is what it controls. That's why it's important to keep your to keep the pineal gland clear and keep it from being crystallized, and gives you all these wonderful reasons why it's important to do so. And I like I said, sleep, not getting enough sleep is one way. Maybe going to bed more. For those who are night owls or who have hectic schedules, sometimes it's hard to get a good sleep schedule. And when you do that, it sort of taps into, sort of blocks your intuition. And so I like the fact astral projections, when you have out-of-body experiences, be able to improve your imagination. And you can also see more through your auras. Everybody have energy that surrounds the body. And with these energies, you can see your aura. And I've been seeing that ever since I was a little girl. I didn't know what they were until my father explained to me what auras are. And usually your auras change according to your mood sometimes. People who are really good at viewing auras, who are very spiritually inclined and have their chakra, their third eye awakened fully, they can see all these things, And chakra sort of blends into it as well with the chakra points, and then also your auras, being able to see your energy through the naked eye. I think I read some articles too about how certain cameras can pick up your auras as well. And it's been proven that that there's some sort of energy source around your body, and also there's some energy points throughout your body, and they can actually be seen through cameras and captured on film in camera. It's just sometimes people are not able to see it with the naked eye because their chakra sometimes, the pineal gland might be blocked because they're so focused on the physical. Sometimes you just have to find ways, or creative ways, to clear it, because so many forces out there that's prevents a person to be able to open up and see things from a higher level, such as the environment and what's in our food. And not having enough spirituality in our life. Those are reasons why it's hard to tap into it. And because I believe that everybody has, most people have the ability to do it. It's just you have to sometimes, it's like exercise, spiritual exercise. That's the best way to do it. To explain it, you have to exercise your spiritual senses as well as your physical body. But anyway, it says here, how does calcification occur? Calcification of the pineal gland is common if the third eye is not being used. See, that's why I was talking about use, not getting enough physical exercise, because you got. And let's see. Let's scroll down here. But it says right here, I think I went through this part, the physical world, true world, and spirit, and this talks about how you should awaken your third eye. I'm gonna skip that. I think I read this part, but because I had to step away for a minute. But if not, y'all can see what you should do to why you should, the reasons why you should awaken your third eye, your pineal gland. So I'm gonna skip on down, you guys, and go to the next section. It says, how does calcification occur? The calcification of the pineal gland is common if third eye is not being used, or as a result of diet rich fluoride and calcium. Whoa. Calcification is the buildup of calcium phosphate crystals in various forms of the body. This process occurs because of toxins and everyday products. See, that's why I'm saying products. Fluoride, hormones, and additives, sugars, and artificial sweeteners. Radiation from cell phones used in electric and magnetic field may be negative impact on the pineal gland as well. Some conspiracy theorists believe mass media campaigns advocating the use of fluoride and calcium are motivated by government control programs. Exactly. They don't want you to be a free thinker. That's pretty much it. And that's how calcification occurs. So some of the things we can do is reduce the intake of some of these products, such as fluoride. They have toothpaste. I know fluoride is supposed to be good for your teeth, but then they have a toothpaste called Tom's that's supposed to be organic. Try to, just be more mindful of the products that has high contents of these things. Calcium, people need calcium though, but this is just to educate you all on where it's coming from. So, just be mindful of where what products are causing it, and think of ways of how you can control it, But anyway, I'm also looking at here the radiation, and food intake. I was finding it interesting with the sugars and artificial sweeteners. See, I was skeptical of sweeteners. I stopped using artificial. I try to cut back. I try to, instead of getting artificial sweeteners, I've been getting the organic or the raw sugar, and the brown sugar. Instead, those tend to be less artificial. And I'll also read the ingredients on the products. That's what I've been doing. These are some of the things I've been doing. I just sharing some ideas, looking at what's on the back of the boxes and seeing what kind of what's in it. If you can't understand the word, it's all this fancy and strange looking words that sounds more like medicine and not real food. Then that it may not be good for you if you can't, it gotta be all natural. That's why it's good to go to farmers markets and go to health food store. Like over here where I'm at in Atlanta, they have a store called Rainbow, and they have nothing but natural product foods that does not have all these extra artificial stuff that they put in food. And sugar is cutting back on it, and I'm trying to work on that. I'm guilty. I've been eating sweets too. I have a sweet tooth too. And, it just talks about some of these things that you could do yourself through diet, through, not diet, but actually being more mindful of what you're putting into your body, looking at the ingredients that they're putting, on the box and labels, and seeing what's actually being put in your food. That's what I started doing, because I noticed that some foods make me feel sick sometimes after I eat. So I started looking at the back, and I seen some glutamates, sodium, monosodium glutamates, and all this other crap in the food. And I went, oh my gosh, why am I feeling sick? Now I look at the label, I go, oh my gosh, it has all this sodium and artificial stuff in here. No wonder I don't feel good. So that's why it's good sometimes, to look in the back of the labels, and it's interesting. It shows how it can be affecting your pineal gland. And then also cell phones. I stopped holding my cell phone to my head because I've been reading the negative research studies that shows that it can affect your brain. The pineal gland is inside your brain, and having these cell phones, that's why I try to put people either on speakerphone, when I talk to them, and I I use the ear pods sometimes. I'm not sure if those any good either, you guys. It's just trying to. I don't sleep with I try not to sleep with the cell phone close to me, because I think too that might affect your sleep pattern as well. And I was having headaches, and I had it right by my nightstand, which is close to not too far from my pillow. So what I started doing was moving the cell phone further, or even turning it off, to try to reduce that problems with the radiation with the cell phone. And also, y'all might want to keep it out of your close vicinities of your reproductive organs, because I also heard that it affects your reproductive organs when you have cell phones and laptops and stuff close to you. And so these are some of the things that you have to be mindful of, and it does affect how you think and being able to, to use your third eye more and be able to be more intuitively inclined. And here's the video right here. It's just I saw a little bit of it, and it just goes more into details and break it down exactly what this article is doing. It's like a little film presentation, and it's about a minute long. If y'all want to check it out, you can. It says here, assignment, celebrate the third eye. And I like how they give you homework. And it's good to have your little homework assignment on what you can do to improve your third eye. It says here, celebrate the third eye. Most animals have pineal glands, often larger than human pineal glands, that drive instinctual knowledge. Whoa, I didn't know that. I didn't know it was much larger than humans. Interesting. It says most of them are bigger, okay. While your pineal gland may be neglected and decalcified, it says here, celebrate that you need to have a pineal gland. Yes, you do. It's good to have that intuitive insight. Can helps you with a lot of things, improve your living and be able to make better decisions. And it says, start your activation practice simply by sending gratitude to your third eye for your innate intuitive abilities and your connection to nature due to circadian rhythms that the pineal gland governs. Okay. And that's good. I think that's great. Acknowledging your pineal gland, knowing that it's there, knowing that you have a third eye. That's good, because some people, believe it or not, there's some people that are skeptics that don't believe that we have this capability of being more in what they call psychic. I think everybody had the ability to do it, because it's inside your brain. Everybody has one. And it just makes sense. If you have one, then obviously you can tap into it. If you don't have one, then oh well. So I was just saying, if everybody has a pineal gland, then you have the capability. And, this idea that only a certain group of people only want to, not everybody can tap into it. And I just think it's BS, because they don't want everybody to do it. But I think everybody has the potential to do it. It's just learning how to do it. And I think I agree with this author, one of the first steps in tapping into it and keeping it clear is by acknowledging that it's there and that you can, with practice, with exercise, and with daily, it don't have to be daily, I guess, but with more frequent maintenance of your pineal glands, there's a possibility you can open it up and have more clarity in your life. And it says spend 10 minutes each day consciously activating your third eye through meditation, chanting, prayer, dance, or yoga. Yes, very important. And also, I think going outside too and getting some fresh air and connecting a little bit more, connecting more with nature is also another way to celebrate your third eye chakra as well. Sometimes it gets, just getting some fresh air and connecting with nature makes a huge difference. And right here, it has some cute pictures right here. And let's go in here. Now we get into, this is ways to tap into your third eye. It says here, 6 ways to awaken the third eye through decalcification and activation. Reclaim your path to ecstatic bliss and union with source. It says avoid fluoride. That's one way you can do it. Pay attention to the water in your life. Tap water is a source of fluoride. See, that I know, and I'm guilty of that, which contributes to pineal classification. Fluoridated toothpaste is another prominent source of fluoride in modern diets, or an inorganic product in artificial drinks made with impure water. Consider adding water filters to your sink and shower faucets. And that's what I've been doing. That's something I might look into. I haven't done that. That's a good idea, adding water filters. I do have a pitcher. You know how you had a pitcher and you pour the water in there? That's one way you can do it. And keeping it clean and updating it, constantly changing. If you don't have a filter for your sink, I think the next best thing is having a filter that's either in your refrigerator or having a pitcher, which I use. I use Brita, and I buy the filters, and it's important to change out the filter as much as possible. And I like that it says inorganic products, prominent in inorganic products, and yeah, so this author is pretty much saying that it's in the food, the product, it's in the products that we use, and it's in the water. And so the more you filter your water and get all that, get most of the fluoride out, the more it can help with your pineal gland. And I can see that. I noticed when I stopped drinking tap water and drinking more filtered water, I feel better. The taste of the water is a lot better. You don't have that aftertaste that you feel from straight tap water. It just makes you feel better all the way around. That's why I try to keep my my Brita with new filters as much as possible. And it says supplement your diet. And it says a list of supplements that supports the detox the third eye is long and includes, so this is just a partial list, you guys. It's a small list, and it says a lot. So that's another thing we can look at is research and find out what the products are, what things, what can you incorporate in your diet to help improve your third eye. And it says here, list of supplements that support and detox the third eye. It's going to include raw cocoa, jojoba berries, garlic, lemon, watermelon, bananas, honey, coconut oil, hemp seed, cilantro, seaweed, honey, chlorella, spirulina, blue-green algae, raw apple cider vinegar, zeolite, ginseng, borax, vitamin D3, bentonite, clay, and chlorophyll are all ingredients that aid in purification of the pineal gland. See, that's interesting. Some of these products I do use, and see if you see something that you use, they tease. Yeah, I just find this interesting. But let's go on down. Interesting. And it says use essential oils. Many essential oils stimulate the pineal gland and facilitates spiritual awareness. Includes lavender, sandalwood, frankincense, parsley, and pine. Essential oils may be inhaled directly, added to body oils, burned in diffusers, and added to bath water. Yeah, okay, cool. I like lavender. I use lavender a lot. And see, some of these smell, it smells really good. And another thing they didn't mention is candles. Maybe this has scented candles. Sometimes you can use scented candles as well. They have I've seen some lavender candles that you can burn as well. So I think this is really interesting. It's very simple. Some of these things that they incorporate are simple things that you can do. Another thing is the sun gaze. The sun is a great source of power. Gaze gently at the sun during the first few minutes of sunrise and last few minutes of sunset to boost your pineal gland. Sun gaze is, I don't know if staring at the sun is good for your eyes. But I think being out in the sun is great. It's great for your skin. And we as American Aborigines, with melanin, is good to go out there and get sun. It helps us get our natural vitamin D as well. So that's why I try to go outside as much as possible. And with modern times, a lot of times we'll often find ourselves inside a lot because we always have to work. Some people have jobs that requires you to be indoors all the time, so we don't get the natural sunlight that we need. So that's why it's good to go outside sometimes to get the sunlight that you need. And I think it's good to be out in the sun, especially with us and our skin. It's a way of recharging ourselves. And so that's why I try to get good. I like to go walking every day and get 30 minutes of walk time. It's good to connect with the nature, have the sun beaming down on you and your son, and you can see the sun, but I don't stare directly at it, but just being out in the sun and feeling it against the skin is very therapeutic. And it does make you feel better and clear your mind. And then I guess, it's a natural way of clearing out your pineal gland. And opening it up more through nature. And it says here, meditate and chant. Meditation activates the pineal gland through intention. Consider visualizing the decalcification of the pineal gland. It's a sacred nature and emulated and directly connected to the source. Chanting using the tehedron bone in the nose will resonate, which causes stimulation of the pineal gland. Consider chanting Om, also known as the vibrational universe, 108 times each day. Okay, that's interesting. I notice I've been feeling a lot better. I have a better perspective on life in general once I started meditating, because I had a very busy schedule. At one time when I was a caregiver caring for my son, I was constantly caring for everybody else, but then had have time to care for myself and do self-maintenance. But now I do try to incorporate that, in my life. And I know some people, when I was working a lot, I found it more difficult and taking care of family to have time for self to do these things. But it's important it's very important. It's just like exercising. It's just as important as physical exercise. You might not have a whole day to do it, but you squeeze in a little bit of time, maybe 15 minutes here and 10 minutes there, or even 30 minutes would be even better. But you try to schedule it and keeping a regiment and a certain time each day is good because it helps you build consistency on doing it. And for me, as an American Aborigine, I've been learning about the indigenous roots and heritage. I like to incorporate the creator's name, Hawa. I learned that that's the best. That's what our native tongue is. The creator is called Hawa. And I'd like to say, hey, ya, 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 hey, ya, 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 hey, ya, 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 hey, ya, ya, ya. And I've been learning more about the chants that the indigenous Aborigines been using. And I was just giving you an example. I do it 4 times during, after my prayers, before and after my prayers, and I like to use the number 4 and 8 building numbers. And so everybody has their own way of doing it. As I learned more about my indigenous heritage and roots, I started using that. I may do a video about hey ya 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 hey ya, using hey ya 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 hey ya 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 hey ya 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 hey ya ya ya, what it means to indigenous Aborigines. I learned a lot from other fellow YouTubers, and it gave more insight as to the proper chant we should be using for ourselves to tap into our ancestral and indigenous roots, and also learning the proper name of your creator that's best for you, and according to your heritage. For me, being an American Aborigine, Hawa, I learned that Hawa is what I use, or the Most High. Hawa helped me to tap more into tapping into a more higher level of self, and connecting more into the universe. And whatever method you use, you can make a difference. Some people believe in angels. Some people believe that God and Christianity still. But me, I don't use Christianity as much, because I learned some things and how the colonizers used it against us as American, Aborigines. So I started tapping more into the indigenous roots and heritage to get a better understanding. But whatever method that's best for you, then go for it. And that's how you do it, and trying to incorporate it into your daily life is key. And then it says collaborate with crystals. See, that's what I've been tapping more into. Here's my crystals. This is my necklace with a feather, silver necklace. I like to wear them as jewelry. I also like to keep them by my nightstand. But this necklace is going to be available on my Healing Arts, Purpose Healing Arts store. It's coming soon. Keep you guys posted. And along with other products dealing with spirituality and healing. But anyway, it says here, crystals are influential allies to the quest to awaken the third eye. Use crystals and gemstones in purple, indigo, violet color palettes. This color palette serves as an awakening balance, alignment, and nurture the third eye. Try amethyst, purple sapphire, purple violet turpentine, rhodonite, and sodalite. Place the crystal or gemstone between the light and slightly above the brow during meditation. I showed you all in another video. I talked about crystals a lot. I have like two videos I've done on crystal healing, according to the American Aborigines. I have a purple amethyst that I keep on my nightstand. Mine's just so happen to be a flat crystal cluster. And I bought my son, he has the pointed crystal clusters that point upward. I'm gonna go back and get some more, but crystals are very important. The amethyst is called the protecting stone. It's a really good stone to use if you want to open up your chakra. And it's good to educate yourself about the gemstones. I say it's very powerful, more power than you think, because crystals are oftentimes used in products to power different products in everyday life, such as the computers, certain parts in cars too, watches, medical equipment. Crystals are always being utilized, so it's definitely, if it can be used to generate energy to for mechanical devices, then it can definitely be used to recharge yourself and heal yourself in your mind, body, and spirit as well. But let's continue. Y'all might want to check out my other videos on crystal healing, because crystals are very powerful. I think people think it's just a rock, but it's more to crystal than you think. And it says, let your intuition shine. Once you begin working with your third eye, you will begin to receive guidance, messages, and visions. Strive to have the courage to follow through on what your intuition offers, and your third eye strength will only grow. And it will. It really does work, you know. And another way of meditating too is through some people like to use cards to meditate on, sometimes to get more clarity. Oracle cards. I like to use angel oracle cards because I believe in angels. Other people, I also like to use the nature cards as well. That taps into nature. So, I have one that's a butterfly card, and so because I love butterflies, I think they're beautiful. But you know, I'm just giving you all some ideas, some insights on what you can do to tap more into your intuition. If you have any ideas of more ways of how to tap into your third eye that's not mentioned, and any creative ways, please leave them in the discussion below, comments below. I would love to hear from you all and see what you all do to clear your pineal gland, what other creative ways that you can do to help keep it clear and to open up your third eye. If you all have some suggestions, please leave them in a comment below. I would love to hear them. Love to hear from you guys. And till next time, family, peace and be blessed. Oh, love and peace. Bye-bye.